Okay, I've had this picture rolling around in my brain for a couple days, so I'm gonna speak to it and just get it out. So faith is faith has to stay simple. If we turn faith into this complicated thing where it's more than just believing like a child, and you have to recognize everything bad in your life, and you have to turn to Jesus, and now you're continuing in this, and it's just crazy talk. It's crazy talk. That's what it really is. Don't give me all that. Tell me about what Jesus did for me, and give me the good news. That's what I need, and that's the only thing that lets me grow. It is the power of God unto salvation, and I have to understand it like a kid, and I have to return to it like a kid. And actually, the more that I do that, the more that I see this is something incredible working in me. It's the faith of the Son of God that is working into me. So as the outer man continually is brought just to ruins and rubble, the inner man is somehow alive. It is the life of God that's just, he picks up where he left off. He picks up where he left off. Into I might have went and just totally spent myself, just collapsed, and just um but the faith, the simple childlike faith is Christ pressing himself into me and going from faith to faith, where I know he's still working in me. And these things will turn out. These things will turn out. So I use a lot of verses halfway in part. I use verses. I'll use half of a verse because I can't quote the whole thing, and I'll just slide it in. Okay, and I'll use an excuse like, among the wise we speak of wisdom, because I can't remember everything. Anyways, this is the example that I have in my mind about faith. In the presentation of the gospel, this is what I want. This is what I want. This We have to keep faith simple. This is the idea that comes to my mind. If you tell a child, "I'm going to give you a cookie," they will believe you. They will totally believe you. They'll believe you if you just tell them they got their shoes on the wrong feet. That is the way that the gospel works. We have to come to the gospel so simply that, and it's good news. It is good news. Now, what the devil likes to do is he likes to complicate the message and make it more than just a simple thing where I'm going to give you a cookie. He wants to come by and he wants to say, well, if you really, truly believe, and listen, I'm not calling anybody the devil, so please calm down. I forget that there's still there's all this. I'm addressing specific speaking of people. People speak this way, and it's not that these people are of the devil. Get that clear. It's people. I'm not calling anybody of the devil. The doctrine is what we're making. What is what we're in all-out war with. We're at war with doctrine. It's ideas. It's thoughts. This is a battle for your mind. It's a battle for your mind. So the enemy, he used the subtlety, the same subtlety that he uses in the garden. The subtlety of, did God really say? That's the first one. Did God really? Don't you have to do something? And we're all kind of past that point now. We're past the point of where we think that works are involved in salvation. We know it's by grace. But here's the subtlety, and this one's even worse. Well, if you really, really believe, then you should at least you should appreciate it. If you're, you know, it's a human sincerity that's attached to, and it really corrupts the message. It makes the message totally powerless. You ruin the gospel when you add these little things. If you, like, just think about it this way. I'm going to give you a cookie. It's a little kid. They're excited. They're going to get a cookie. Then their brother or sister, or let's say an adult, because it's really nasty. An adult comes by and says, well, if you know you're getting a cookie, you would want to be a good boy or a good girl. Now they've got them looking at their performance. You know, because the Bible says only good boys and girls get cookies. It's twisted. It's twisted. It's not what was said. It's not what was said. What was said is, you're going to get a cookie. You're going to get one. The promise doesn't change. You're going to get a cookie. It's really bad to come alongside children and make them think that they don't have a right to the cookie because maybe they don't understand the message, or maybe they didn't believe it enough, or, try to attach a sincerity, because that's the only thing it is. It's just human sincerity. Human sincerity is not involved at all. The sincerity of Jesus Christ, the promise of the Word, the firm, unmovable, unchangeable life of God, which has confidence 100% in His promises, that's what's being worked into us. That's the faith of the Son of God. He's working Himself into us. So yes, conviction and sincerity is worked into us, but it's not human sincerity. It's not a human determination. And the more we detach ourselves from sincerity as we know it, the more we find something that is other, something beyond us. The very life of God being worked into us. We focus on the promise, and the Spirit of God is working Christ into us, the very faith of Jesus Christ. Glory to glory, faith to faith. He is working Himself into us. That's the faith. But we have to return to the simplicity. It becomes a confident assurance. But we can't demand a confident assurance. Not up front. It's front-loading works. It's front-loading works to tell you that you need anything more than just to hear the Word and believe it. He provides the growth. He makes the increase. Okay. So that's why it's such a serious issue to attach human sincerity to the gospel. It doesn't fit. Does not compute. Human sincerity doesn't mean squat. God is sincere. God is true, and every man is a liar. And He works Himself into us. So keep it simple. And the life of God by the Word, the promise, the enjoyment, and the reality, it is being worked into us. But we have to rest. We have to rest that He's the one who's doing it. And that's the difference. All right.